This is not what's happening in America. But then you go there and it is the chillest place in the world. Everybody is super friendly, and that doesn't penetrate the European media.
There's so many people missing out on actually experience America and the culture for what it actually is. Because people obviously see that and get scared and feel like, ooh,
I shouldn't go, I shouldn't go. But it's your ancestors, your European ancestors went there, and they say, like in Europe and the media, oh, America doesn't have any culture. But it does. It has every culture in the world, because America is this giant melting pot. Of every culture.
And so many countries and food cultures, and that's why it's like...
It's wild, dude.
Yeah, it's next level.
Like, we've been walking down the street before, and house after house in neighbourhoods in Tennessee, you'll see a USA flag hanging out in the front porch, and then right next to it, across the other side of the house, you'll have an Irish flag. You walk down, then you've got an American flag, and you've got the fleur-de-lis, the New Orleans flag, and then go down, you've got the lion rampant flag, like a Scottish flag. Then you've got the German, the French, the Swiss. We've seen neighbourhoods that have literally decided that they're going to post their nationalities on the front of their house and tell you, I'm American first. It's the first thing you see. Next thing you see is their sub-nationality, like from where they descended from. That's pride, and we just do not have that in the UK. But America, they're not scared, and that makes me so happy to the bottom, to my core. You've no idea, like, the joy I feel when I see Americans celebrate their patriotic nature. Like,
they pack their bags expecting a country in decline, overpriced, unfriendly, falling apart. That's what European media told them before the World Cup. Then they landed, then they saw the portions, the free refills, the strangers greeting them like old friends. And that thousands of European fans are posting the same stone confession. We were lied to. Not about politics, about everything else. The food. The service, the sheer size of it all. Before we get into exactly what broke their brains, it's subscribe right now, because this channel is tracking every single one of these reactions as it go viral, and you do not want to miss what's coming next. Subscribe. Now, let's go.
Libs are constantly dogging on America, saying this is the worst place to live, it's systemically racist, it's violent, it's run by a tyrant. Yet they never leave and go to the socialist utopias of Europe. In fact, when Europeans come here, they don't want to go home. Watch.
We owe America a huge apology, because America is nothing like what the media tells us. Everyone is so friendly, everyone is so accommodating, and I've honestly had the best time. I fly home Sunday, and the English have a song where we say, please don't take me home, I just don't want to go to work, let me stay here and drink all your beer. And I've never resonated with that song more than in America for this World Cup. I wish I could stay and finish the tournament watching England. So if anyone is out there that can help me make this happen, then please let me know. I want nothing more than to stay in the USA, finish the World Cup, and meet more fantastic Americans. America isn't a real place. I'm stood outside the White House, and I'm pretty sure Trump is literally coming in as I got here. That's pretty mental. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm not joking when I say that literally happened 10 minutes after I got out my hotel from being in Washington. I'm sure this isn't a real place. It's a simulation. That was incredible.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
I'll tell you what, yeah? I pledge allegiance. I do. What piece of paper do I need to sign on? I want in on America more than I've ever wanted in on anything in my life. You see that plane there? If it's going to America, I'm going to jump up, I'm going to grab it, and I'm going to come. I can't do this country anymore. I can't do the UK. It feels like we're in a tiny little cage, a restricted cage, with nothing fun to do at all. Now that I've experienced America, it's ruined my perception on everywhere else in the world. What do I need to do? I will get the American flag tattooed on my body. Anywhere, you pick. Let me in. Shauna! Shauna! I'm going to get her up the duff. We're going to raise our family in America. It's going to be beautiful. Just let me know what I need to do to get in. Like, honestly, there must be a couple of Americans. I know there are, actually, because they messaged me telling me that they don't enjoy America. So let's swap. Let's swap right here, right now. Let's do a deal. I'm coming. For years and years, Europeans have taken the piss out of America. They're so loud, they're so rude, they're so stupid. Why is everything so big? Why do they love their country so much? All of those people right now are eating their words. Because of the World Cup, people who wouldn't normally go to America are going to America. I am seeing reaction videos everywhere. People are loving it. They are loving the food, they're loving the culture, they're loving the people, they're loving the size of everything. People are starting to understand how amazing America truly is, rather than just listening to the media and what other people have told them. Once you truly experience America, you won't want to go anywhere else in the world. And I'm loving this for you Americans. People are bigging up America so much, especially the showmanship. Eagles flying around stadiums, music, dirt bikes doing flips, like insane. I love it. I'm happy for you guys, Americans.
A German tourist walked into a diner in Texas expecting a $30 breakfast. He got eggs, bacon, pancakes, hash browns, toast, and coffee refills for $12. He tipped 40% out of confusion. His review went viral. I have been apologizing to America in my head for a decade. Europe didn't warn him about this.
All right, listen up. I am an American living in Germany, and I've been here for about 10 years now, so I feel fully qualified to speak on this matter. When I first moved to Europe, I was under the impression of like, I'm only here temporarily. This is like an extended holiday. I'm gonna do my thing here for a couple of years. Eventually, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna go live back in the States. That's my homeland, land of the free, home of the brave. Like, there's no place better. Now that I've been here for so long, I'm not sure I'm ever leaving. I'm not sure I will ever go back. Growing up, I feel like we were all fed the same lie. Like, there is no place better than the US of A. Like, we are the best country in the world. We are the greatest country in the world. Everyone wants to be us. Everyone wants to come and live here. Like, we are the center of the universe. And let me tell you one thing. That ain't it. The second I moved to Germany, I was humbled real quick. No one is jealous of us. No one wants to be us. No one wants to live in America. If anything, they pity us. And sometimes I feel like they even look at America like it's one big joke of a place. The look on people's faces when we tell them what we had to pay to go to college, it's like they can't even fathom it. They think that we're joking, that we're playing some prank on them. Or it's like, you had to have a life-saving surgery and you had to pay thousands of dollars for it? Huh? Here in Germany, if you want to go to like a public university, for example, you might pay a few $100s, max. And if you need something medically that's like necessary for you to live and be healthy, it's covered by insurance. I've had 2 babies here in Germany, one in the hospital and one at home. And my home birth was also covered by insurance. My husband has also had a few surgeries here in Germany. He tore his MCL, he had to get a knee surgery, he's gotten wisdom teeth out, he had to get veins removed. He's gone under like 4 or 5 times. We've never had a bill, ever. I feel like the biggest difference between Europe and America that I literally can't even wrap my brain around is the fact that here, basic kind of like human rights, things like medical care, education, etc., public transportation, are seen as a luxury in America that you have to afford, you have to save for. It's so crazy. And it really makes my blood boil when I see people that I know and like love in America and they're like talking about how they can't even afford groceries and they're making their own butter at home because they can't even afford to pay butter. It's just, we are so shell-shocked every time, sticker-shocked actually, every time that we go home. When we were just home over the summer, we had to buy a toothbrush and toothpaste because like my husband forgot it here and like didn't pack it. He went to this CVS, I think, $13 he had to shell over for a tube of toothpaste and a basic stupid toothbrush. Here, I think our tubes of toothpaste are like $1. Like literally, this is not an exaggeration, $1. Just why were we fed this lie growing up that we live in the greatest country in the world when people die because they can't even afford healthcare, or they can't even go to the store and pay for butter, or they're working 2 jobs just to like live life normally, not even luxuriously. And then there's other places in the world that you don't need to do that. It's just,
One of the reasons all these videos about Europeans and foreigners coming to America and enjoying our culture so much, one of the reasons it's so great is because you have to remember that the media doesn't just lie about America in America. The media lies about America all over the world, right? So people all over the world are told about how dangerous America is. And then they come to America and they're like, oh my God, it seems incredibly safe here. And they're told about how awful America is. And then they see how amazing like our grocery stores are and our restaurants are and how, our food portions, and they love the taste of the food. And so when all of you get is this constant leftist stream of negativity about America, because journalists tend to be Marxist and communist and anti-American and anti-capitalist, right? Journalists around the world hate America. And this is universal inside of America, and it's almost universal outside of America. And so for people to actually come and experience the culture and realize that their media has also been lying to them their whole lives, and sometimes it's hard for Americans to realize that our media has also been lying to us our entire lives. I know I had this realization when I was in college. So this is a very difficult thing for us to realize, and we live here. And so for foreigners to come and get to experience how amazing American culture is compared to the lies they've been told, and also compared to their own home cultures, is really encouraging, and I'm loving every minute.
A French couple ordered one entree to split, like they do at home. The waiter brought a full plate anyway on the house. He looked hungry. They didn't finish either one. Their TikTok caption, "We came for football. We stayed because nobody in Paris has ever fed us like this."
I feel like something I'd like to touch base on. So you're watching all this World Cup stuff, right? I don't know if it's just my algorithm or what. 90% of my algorithm's dogs, just being honest, and boats. Now you have all these European people. You got all these folks coming from all over the world to the United States. Now they're traveling fans of the World Cup. Are you guys watching these videos that all of these Europeans are posting? Like, all our media does is lie to us. They told us we get shot in America. I found Chick-fil-A. That's so wonderful. Kind of makes you think. What do they tell people in Europe or Africa or Australia, like what we're like here? Like every video I've seen not a single traveling fan or anyone in the World Cup saying, golly, the U.S. is so bad. None of that's happened. They're astounded with the foodie scene. Just watched one of a young lady from, I believe, England, based on her, I just reposted it, based on her accent. And she made a good point. You can be in New York City morning, Christmas morning, it's snowing in 1.5 feet, then you can zoom over to the deserts of Utah, You can go to California, you can go to the mountains of Colorado, the beautiful beaches in Florida, especially Southwest Florida. It really makes you sit back and think. Like, it's an eye-opener for so many. Like, you remember when, like, North Koreans and Iranians, whatever, they'd go to a different country for some sort of a sporting or Olympic event, and they'd fucking disappear. They'd run off. Like, wow, Lee, Germany's way better than North Korea or Iran. I watched one guy yesterday. He's like, Fox News, I thought it was about, like, an animal planet. I'm like, whoa. No, it's been around since the early 90s, I think. Even then, so you remember when you could watch Fox News or CNN, it would tell you news about the area? You got Fox News bashing Democrats, you got CNN bashing all Republicans, whatever. That's what it is. News isn't news anymore. I used to be able to sit in front of the talking picture box when I was a kid and just watch news, learn about the news all over the world, not just political stuff. Anyway, Google it. And I didn't Google it, on TikTok, type in Europeans' reaction to being in America. It is amazing. The food must suck in Europe as well. It's like blown away with like Chick-fil-A, Hooters, Buffalo, whatever. Things that we take for granted. I got to cross like 4 bridges to get to a damn Chili's. But anyway, you guys been to Chili's lately? Phenomenal. Anyway, the hot filled mashed mozzarella sticks. It's just crazy to see things that we can all take for granted, or I'm trying to get the sun away from me. All take for granted, or we don't know any better. It's like me being born and raised in Southwest Florida, and my mom moved me to mid-Missouri at almost 15. Culture shock. And to be honest with you, that made me love where I grew up even more. And I very much know I took it for granted. I mean, that's what I tell my boys every day. We live where people vacation. We live on an island. Me and my tools work on a Bridges Island. We take the golf cart to work. I run the staff boat. Life could be worse. My commute doesn't suck. But it's just amazing. millions, if not billions of people have probably been lied to. You know, so all we know is what the news shows us. Like the shit going on in England right now, Northern Ireland. Again, I've touched base on that once. They had a hell of a vote yesterday to start building migratory offshore floating prisons, per se. For it. And you know why. You look in Northern Ireland or England and you'll see why real quick. Anyway, pay attention to what these people are saying. Again, get on TikTok and just type in Europeans' reaction or whatever to the United States. It's amazing. If you're an American watching this, you very much need to not take for granted where we were born and raised. I watched a thing 2 weeks ago, and there was like a 4.5% chance you'd be born in the United States. It's pretty low, but yet here we are. I mean, there's nowhere else I'd rather live that I'm aware of. Bolivia does sound cool. Looks cool a little bit too. Anyway, Cappy Joe out. But look at these though. Europeans' reactions to the United States. It's absolutely amazing. Again, don't take for granted where we live. Cappy Joe out.
Okay, so recently some of my videos ended up on Fox News, some incredible American platforms, and even on the Instagram page of the White House. And like, honestly, all this doesn't feel real to me. And of course, this is incredible, but it's not what makes me the happiest. And like, what means the most to me is seeing all the comments on my videos from American people telling me that my videos reminded them why they love their country so much. And that is absolutely insane. Like, I wish I could respond to every single one of you, but there was just like too many comments. It was insane. And like, as an international student here, I never expected that. And this country has given me so many incredible opportunities, friendships and experiences that genuinely changed me as a person in a good way. And this is why I started making videos, because I just wanted to show my experience here as a young guy coming from a small island in the south of France, having the time of his life. And this is why I wanted to share the experience that I've had here in America, the kindness of the people that I've met, all the small moments that made me fall in love with this country. I'm being honest right now. And like, if my videos can make someone smile or remind an American why they're so proud of their country, and like also help the world see a different side of America, then that's worth so much more than being on TV or appearing on the White House page, even though it's incredible. So to everyone who's commented my videos, sent me a text or reposted my videos, just thank you. I have nothing else to say. This country has changed me and I'm so proud of it. And sharing the best of it is just my simple way of saying thank you.
An Italian fan asked why his water kept refilling itself without asking. The waitress laughed, "Honey, that's just Tuesday." He filmed the entire exchange in disbelief. 3 million views later, Europeans are flooding the comments with the same line, "This is not the America we were told about."
What would you do if you realized that everything you knew about a country was wrong? An English fan exclaimed that he had been radicalized just 48 hours after arriving in the US, a reality that was in stark contrast to the negative reports of gunfire or violence often seen in the European press. Instead of a land fraught with danger, World Cup tourists find clean, beautiful cities, modern healthcare systems where every patient has their own room, and Wi-Fi on domestic flights that is faster than their home internet. They were so amazed by the warm hospitality that the police were willing to buy food for the locals and strangers who voluntarily paid for dinner just because you were a visitor. This culture shock is so great that thousands are wondering, why should we return to a Europe that is becoming increasingly outdated and rigid when the American dream is so sweet? Let's follow the European fans in search of the following answer. Let's be honest with each other. Before arriving in America, most of us Europeans carry a backpack full of stereotypes meticulously crafted by our home media. A rude, pragmatic, and cold America. But ask the Scottish fans who have just returned from Boston after the tournament, and they will give you the exact opposite answer. The collapse of prejudice begins in the most unexpected place: the law enforcement. In Italy or Spain, police officers at major sporting events often appear with batons, bullet-shaped stares, and a tense atmosphere on duty, waiting to erupt. But in America, they stood at a distance, smiling and helping the crowd maintain order. Furthermore, one story went viral on social media when a group of European tourists walked into a 7-Eleven looking awkward. Instead of being subjected to an arrogant paperwork check, the local police officer quietly paid for all their food, along with a greeting. Welcome to America.
A lot of that. Yeah, I was in like a 7-Eleven there, and the police, they were buying like people's food and all that. They were just so nice. You would never find that in Scotland.
Have you ever thought a complete stranger would cover your entire dinner bill just because they like? For your voice? At Quincy Market, that crazy thing happened as a matter of course. American women and native men are willing to treat groups of foreign tourists to cold beers simply to show their hospitality.
He bought you guys dinner?
Yeah, bought all of our dinners. We went to pay and the guy was like, no, it's already been paid for.
They went for a beer this morning. Went up to pay for it. A lady already paid the beer for her.
It was so natural and warm that beer consumption in Boston during the tournament days skyrocketed 3 times compared to St. Patrick's Day, a record set not by coercion, but by the resonance of kindness. European men, known for being tough, rational, and somewhat aloof, suddenly admitted they felt loved here.
The media portrays Americans as rude, lazy, all the above, and it's further from the truth. The amount of hospitality and kindness and care and pride Americans hold is truly like no other country I've been to. And to show you a perfect example of that, today is Flag Day, National Flag Day. And I went to the Huntsville Square. They did the whole ceremony where they lower the flag and I guess put a new flag up for the year. And that was obviously followed by the American national anthem. And it was just so nice to see everyone get their hat, take it off, and respect the country. The communities are so tight-knit together. And whilst I was there, of course, I was noticed because of my online presence now. And everyone came up to me and said, hi, handshakes, how are you? If you have any questions about this or that, let me know. If you want to go hunting, I'll show you this. Not to mention, I've got fantastic neighbours. And they are always coming over to see if I need anything. After specifically living in Arkansas for almost 6 years, I can safely say anyone outside of the US, ignore the media, because this is the best place I've been to. I love living here. I respect the culture here, and I'm so proud to be an American citizen. I'm just so grateful to be here, and I'm looking forward to the next 50 years I have as my life in this country, and hopefully soon I'll be able to travel the country as well and experience all of it, because it's just wonderful.
From the dedicated help of a passerby standing awkwardly in front of a subway ticket machine, to the way Americans collectively remove their hats and place their hands on their chests with solemnity as they listen to the national anthem played on Flag Day. All of this creates an experience that makes visitors feel like stars of their time, just like how young Americans enthusiastically welcomed the Beatles in 1964. That hospitality suddenly became a cloned weapon, silently attacking the worldview of those living abroad. But let's not jump to conclusions. Kindness and compassion, no matter how sweet, are only the first touch to soothe the spirit. What actually detonated the ticking time bomb, causing thousands of Europeans to decide not to return, was another, far more powerful, direct slap in the face: the scale of prosperity of an infrastructure they were about to witness.
I don't know about the rest of y'all, but the most entertaining thing for me about this whole World Cup, and I am not a soccer fan, is all of the Europeans arriving in North America and realizing, wait a minute, our entire media lied to us about this country. The verdict is in. Europeans are obsessed with rural America. Probably a smart choice not to, make your first stop batshit crazy fucking Los Angeles or whatever the fuck is going on in New York. That communist hellhole. I'm seeing my feed flooded with posts about Europeans realizing that they were lied to about America. The consensus of their posts is that America is safer, more prosperous, and more welcoming than they were told. Millions of European soccer fans are discovering that their home media's depiction of the United States and the political climate is very different from their on-the-ground experience during the World Cup. A lot of them actually like Trump. These people are mind-shocked at a Buc-ee's. They're walking into Walmart like, this is a Walmart? And don't even get me started on the Costco. One guy's trying to figure out how to get Costco in France because he's like, this entire store is the size of a small village.
This place is incroyable. C'est incroyable. I just had Texas barbecue for the first time in my life. Poof. Better than any moment in my life. And I am married and have 2 kids. Oh, but in France you have des crêpes, les petits pains au chocolat, les croissants. No, I give my left croissant for a Texas brisket. me started on Costco. Costco is bigger than my village where I live. Whatever you want at Costco, it's there. You just show up and you could buy your whole life there. Speaking about how nice and friendly these Americans are, I think in France, I can count on one hand how many people have smiled at me. Just normally, just smile, you know. I think my mother has smiled at me twice. Here, just going down the street, everybody says hi. Like, what do you want? What do you mean hi? What do you mean bonjour? Oh, hi. This is a normal road in America, and this is bigger than the Champs-Élysées. This car right here, it's called a Waymo. Waymo? C'est ça? Yeah, Waymo. And for the longest time I wondered why it was called a Waymo. It is because America has way more than the rest of the world.
Meanwhile, here's Democrats today.
The woman says, oh no, the man in the hat already paid for your beers. So we go up to shake his hand. We think it's probably the guy in the big cowboy hat. And he's shaking our hands as a firm handshake. And it's a proper Texas hospitality. He's like, oh yeah, he's just chatting away, asking us where we're going, where we're from. Lovely, lovely Texas man. And then he's like, hold on, wait here. I've got something for you guys. And he gave us both this heavy duty pin from the Amarillo Police Department. And it's heavy. It's really heavy duty. And he's like, this is for you guys. And then everyone's chatting away and we're shaking everyone's hands. And then as we're leaving, somebody else is like, oh, I overheard you chatting. Everyone is so friendly. Normally this kind of bar maybe no point in being intimidated because everyone is literally
European who hates Americans, I invite you to examine your bias against them and really look into like why you hate them. Do you hate them for a good reason, or do you hate them because you were brainwashed into hating